Hello and welcome to Precious Memory Box's Junk Journaling. And today we're going to be working on a kit from Carolyn's Musing. She has a YouTube channel and also an Etsy shop, and she also has a Facebook group called One Way Journal. And today we're going to be using her 4x6 planner journal. And what I'm going to do with it is use it as a prayer journal. And so I printed out the monthly pages, and she has instructions in there to help you print them out so that they'll flow in the proper order. And so each month has the little cover page, and then you have a note page. And what I thought I would do is today we'll work on putting the little prayer journal together, and then on the next video we will decorate it. And this is just going to be a simple little journal that I want to do to keep maybe in my purse and carry with me so that I can write down prayer requests for each month of different people and different things that maybe need, prayer for the month. And it's a good way if you can carry something with you to be able to write it down. So I went ahead and I followed the kit directions so I could print it. I also printed some extra pages here, and we may have to trim them just a little bit, but just some extra pages to give us a few places if we need extra writing in here. And then the pages I want to the items I want to use from the ephemera to help decorate it will be these. There's some little scripture cards here. And then there are these little praying for you cards. There's one for each month. And they also have some butterflies down here to decorate with. And then there's another card. So you have one for each of the 12 months. So you can use those as extra additional space to write on. I decided just to leave them white on the back, but you could use coffee stain, tea stain, paper, printable, and do the back so that you would, just have that covered if you didn't like the white. And then I also printed these pockets because I thought we may want to use them in a few places, maybe even on the inside cover. And I printed this one mostly for the words, but there's a few more pockets and some other decorative ephemera here. What I'm going to use for a cover is this paper that I've had for quite some time, scrapbook paper. I really love this blue, and I love these butterflies. And I thought with the butterflies that are on the bottom of these pages, that's just perfect. And I am thinking about using the butterflies on the outside and then using this on the inside so I can add some pockets and it won't be so extra busy. So what we want to do first is figure out how we're going to use these pages, and then also cut down this piece of scrapbook paper I have to fit this journal. I'm making it very simply. I'm not using any cardboard or chipboard to glue this to. I just simply want it covered, to have a cover on it just to help keep it from getting too tattered up. But I wanted to use that pretty scrapbook paper. So I'm going to take and use my ruler on here. Let's see. Let's turn it this way for the inches. The other side was centimeters. So I'm going to just use this here on the side to help me. So this is a little over 8 inches. So I would say almost 8, about 8 1/4 long. And it is just about not quite 5 1/2 tall. So we're going to make our paper at least 6 inches tall so that we have a little space there. And I am using the new paper trimmer. I got this for Christmas as a gift from my husband. It's the new Tim Holtz paper trimmer. So let's figure out here first. Okay, we want it to be about 6 inches tall. So let me pull out the extra thing here. And on the top is centimeters and on the bottom is inches. So, lined up, I need to cut this little piece off because this is not going to get used. So it's kind of just actually in the way here. So let me go ahead and trim that off so we can get that out of our way. We can maybe use that for something else. Okay. So we want this to be 6 inches exactly tall. And let's see. I'm going to push it a little bit past that because it looks like we need to straighten up this edge. Okay. Let me cut that. I have the scoring blade on here. I need to pop it off. I've never actually popped these off here, so let's see if I can figure out how to pop it off without breaking it. I'm not quite sure, so let's just turn it around this way and we'll finish cutting it. Okay, let's see if we can line this up. I may just actually just use my scissors. I have a feeling if I try to go that direction, I will fail. So there we go. All right. So we are a little bit over 6 inches. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it around because I want to straighten up this edge. And so right there is 6 inches. And actually, there's not a whole lot to cut off. So let me just barely get it on here. And I will just trim a little bit off there. Okay. And again, I will straighten this with my scissors. Okay. Let's check it and then we'll cut the length. So that looks just about perfect. So we got a little bit of room at the top and a little bit of room at the bottom. Now we just need to figure out where we need to cut the width of it. I want a little bit of a hangover, but not a whole lot. So we said that was 8.5, was that right? about 8.5. So we're gonna cut it at 8 3/4. And maybe I'll go to 9, so there's a 1/2 inch on each side. So here's 9 right here. We're gonna push it up. Make sure we're lined up. Press that down. And there we go. All right. Now I'm going to use my bookbinding kit here to bind it with. We're just going to do a simple 3-hole punch. There we go. Perfect. And let's see if we're going to add our extra pages in here. We need to decide where we're going to add those. And really, I'm wondering if I should just glue them down. Kind of make them a little bit like the inside cover. Or if I should just let them be free. What I could do is trim these up just a little bit and glue them together and let them have a top pocket on each side. I think we'll do that. So let me do that. That way if you wanted to add a tag later, you could do that. So we're just gonna line these up in here and just trim them up so they're even with each other. Try not to take too much off of them. I got that edge. This top is what seems most uneven here, so let's see if we can kind of line it up so we won't lose too much. that worked. Got a little bit of it stuck in there. There we go. All right. So our top is still a little uneven. Our bottom's a little uneven. May have to correct the top with a little decoration because I don't want to cut these little guys off here. So let me make sure this is straight. Okay. All right, we're going to go with that because I don't want to, let's see if I can, maybe, might hand cut that and see if I can straighten it. I don't want to cut too much of the top off there and cut those little hook parts, the little clips. Okay, I think that's good enough. Let me move all this over. And let's grab our glue. Hopefully my glue will work. It was being a little temperamental earlier, but we will see. There's a little wrinkle in this one page, but I'm not too worried about that. Okay, my glue's not going to work with that tip on it. I don't know why, I'm having a lot of trouble with art glitter glue this year, and I never used to have trouble, but I think it's because sometimes I don't use my glue on a daily basis, and other times it's very cold here right now. We're in southern Illinois, so it's not too bad today, but you know, it's been very cold. So we're just gonna put glue down here at the end and the sides so we can make pockets out of these. And then we don't have to glue up the middle because when we sew, that will take care of the middle. Okay, let's see if I can get that to flow a little freer. I've been thinking about trying the Barely Arts glue sometime to see if it works a little better in our climate. There we go. Okay, let me set that over here. I'm gonna glue this on. And then we're going to leave our tops open because that way we can have pockets. But we're also creating some more writing space. All right, so we're going to fold this in half, just like our other ones. And lay it in there. And there we go. Then we'll take our cover and line it up again, and we'll fold it in half in just a moment so we can kind of find the middle to line both these up. Now, you know, some of my pages aren't completely lined up. If you want them to be, just take a straight edge, a ruler, and a little X-Acto knife and just cut your edges or use your scissors to straighten those up. I kind of like mine, plus I plan to maybe add a little lace in the decoration process of it, so you won't even be able to see those pages. All right, so let's take and fold this in half and get it as close to the center as we can. This is nice heavy cardstock. So So you can take your bone folder if you have one handy and just make sure your edge is nice and straight. You can also do that with your pages. It's hard when you have so many together to get them completely crisp and that, but it certainly doesn't hurt to try. Okay, like I said, that page got bent a little, but that's okay. I think we'll maybe add a pocket or some decoration to that and it'll be just fine. Okay, let's find July. That's our center. And we have the center of our book here. Now I've got a couple little clips here that we can use to hold our book in place just till we get our sewing done. All right, I'm going to get my awl out and my needles, and let's see, where'd my wax thread go? I'll look here and just see it probably fell out of the package. I'll grab it or we'll figure out something else. Okay, so we're going to take our awl. We're just going to eyeball the center. So here, if you have an old book or a sponge you can punch into, that would be great. If you have a journal, wooden journal caddy, that would be great. Okay, so I'm going to make the holes just a little bit bigger so it'll be easier to get my needle through. Then I'm going to come down probably about 1/2 inch from the bottom, do the same thing, and 1/2 inch from the top and do the same thing. And I'm just doing a 3-hole pamphlet stitch. All right, let me look over here real quick, see if I can figure out what happened to my wax thread. There it is. All right, I'm gonna have to order me some more. I've been using this up. Usually what I do is I measure 2.5 times the length. So there's 1, there's 2, and about 1/2. I be a little bit generous with that. Rather have more than not enough. Okay. Then let me grab a needle out of here. And we'll just take one that's easy to thread. Let's see, maybe that one. And we will add that in here. There we go. Now I don't tie it. I just kind of try to pull it through enough that it'll go through the journal. And I usually start in the middle, pull that through, and I usually pull through the long edge and leave a shorter one in there. Then we're going to go back through this one, and I think I made the hole, there we go, large enough. Okay, so we want to watch this one that it doesn't pull through on us. Okay, leave that large enough. And then we're going to come all the way down here to the bottom one. Go out, through, pull that one string through again. Okay, now when you come back, you want to try not to split this thread, that's this wax thread that is in here. You want to have, when you get done, you want to have a piece on this side and a piece on this side. So I'm going to go back through here. Try to watch what I do when I come up through there. That looks good. I'm going to put it on the other side here. I'm going to pull it all the way up and through. And there we go. And then I'm going to check and make sure it's taut, which it is. Check this side and make sure it looks good. It does. Tighten that up just a little bit. All right, and then I'm going to have one piece on one side and one piece on the other, and we're going to tie that a couple times. Now, if you wanted to leave these strings long and have a dangle on here, you certainly could do that. But I'm going to be carrying mine around in my purse, so I really don't want something that's going to get caught on something else. So I will just trim those off. And that was quick and simple to put that together. So now we can take off here. And we have this put together. That was fast and simple. So what we may do is, I'm not prepared to do all the decorating today because I didn't cut any of my pieces out yet. But I think what we might do is maybe add a little bit of lace here and there. And let's see if my glue will cooperate with us. So I'm trying to decide if I want some on the outside or if I just want to put it on the inside on a few pieces. So this is just lace from Dollar Tree. Very simple and little lace. And this side, I would rather have this side out, but this side has more for the glue to grab onto if I do it this way. But I still don't like that. I think I want to do it this direction. So we're going to put one on the first page and one on the last page. And like I said, that will cover up any imperfections of where the pages aren't all quite the same width as each other. And I'm going to go ahead and cut another one the same exact length. There we go. All right. And let's see. Let me see if I can get my glue working a little better here. All right. So we're going to add a little glue here. You could use some Fabrifix if you have it. But this art glitter glue, when it is working right, it really grabs almost anything. It really does. So I'm going to lay that down there, kind of press it. Let it set up for just a moment, and then we'll take our paper towel and kind of wipe off the excess glue so that it will not stick the book together. There we go. All right, and let's do this side. You may want to leave your little book sitting open to let the glue dry for 15-20 minutes. Now that glue's coming out really nice. All right. I'm going to try to line that up with the other piece of lace on the other side. And there you go. So quick and simple, easy to do. It's a fun little printable. You can use it as a planner. You can use it to take notes. You can use it to write birthdays. You can use it for a favorite scripture of the month. But I really want to use mine as a prayer journal. So that's what I'm planning on using it for. There's lots of different decorative pages that go with the kit also. So don't forget to go check out Carolyn's Musings on Etsy. I will link it below so that you can go check out this kit. Carolyn often has sales, so her printables are great prices. And they're beautiful. She has some of the most absolutely beautiful kits that I've seen. And they're easy to work with. And then in a few days, I'll come back and have all the pieces cut out and we'll decorate this. And it's a fast, quick and simple little journal that you can carry around. You could make these in a weekend and take them the next weekend to church if you wanted to give them to some friends or to work. Just cute and little and fast and easy to make. So thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you have a blessed day.